The football season has officially kicked off, which means it's also tailgate season too. If you want to hear two guys talk about everything from pigskins to potato skins, go to www.NTTFGPOD.com and subscribe. I'm Rock.
And I'm Archie.
Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but...
What are you doing in there?
It's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not These Two Fucking Guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
So I was on the interwebs and I saw an interview.
An interview?
It was an interview.
Yeah. Talk to me about an interview.
I can't remember now if it was metal injection or what are the other ones?
Blabbermouth.
Metal
injection.
They're all great.
Yeah.
Anywho, they were interviewing, and I think I blocked this out of my mind because of how fucking horrific it was. They were interviewing Jacoby Shaddix.
Okay.
Of P. Roach.
Got it.
Love Papa Roach. Fucking great.
P. Roach.
So this is like
So y'all can bring it.
This is like 2002-ish, 2003-ish.
Okay.
They're interviewing him now, asking about they did remember MTV used to have like icons and like tributes to like a certain band like that. Well, there was one, and I blocked this out. I played the video and it came cringily back to me.
What?
They were honoring Aerosmith.
Okay.
And they did a cover of Sweet Emotion.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever heard this.
Dude, do yourself a favor. Don't even listen to it.
That bad.
They were interviewing Kobe and like, hey, do you think this was like the worst cover song of all time? He's like, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. He's like, we're these like, young new metal kids, and we don't have a classic rock vibe, and
Yeah.
But maybe you know what, you should watch it. It's cringy.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, it's
Right.
bad.
It's
bad.
It's one of those things like I don't want to watch it, but
Correct.
I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, I'll take a look. I mean, what do you think about P. Roach right now? Like how far they've come?
Honestly, they had an amazing career. Amazing, right? So I love the first album. What was it called? Infest?
Mm-hmm. Great album.
Fucking love the album. Love it.
Iconic album, to be honest.
Iconic album.
Yeah.
One of my favorites of all the times. Second one, I think it was Love, Hate, Tragedy. It was like the red one with a little kid on the cover.
Yeah.
Right there, that was a crossroads in their career. I'm like, ooh, did they hit the old sophomore slump? Now there was a couple good tunes on there.
Yeah, I mean they had some pretty cool shit on that one.
She Loves Me Not.
I mean that's a pretty good song.
But I feel like the people during that album, were starting to turn on them a little bit.
Oh.
Like maybe like the new metal genre was starting to get a little long in the tooth.
Gotcha.
Obviously, it's having a huge resurgence now, and I fucking love every minute of it. And they kind of like they kind of turned on them a bit. Then I want to say their third album was was that Getting Away with Murder? Dude, they fucking absolutely crushed it and took it all back. Like, yeah, sleep on us. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And then they just had a sick career after that. They've really like.
Now you want to hear something? Like I love like the albums that you're saying, and I think Papa Roach has that fucking rap rock vibe, like fucking cornered in the market, right? But for me, there's a bunch of songs that like there's an album called The Connection. I don't remember. It's like the skull with the like weird like electricity or something coming out of the brain or whatever. There's songs like Leader of the Broken Hearts.
Yes.
And then there's their album Fear. And then there's Gravity with Maria. I really dig like those fucking slower ones from Papa Roach. Like they know how to write them, man. Like when they have that vibe, like they just know how to write songs. Like they became like such a fucking seasoned, well-oiled machine of a band. Like this is going back quite some years ago, but when I saw them at the Wellmont in Montclair, them and Seether, bro, like they just went there, got up, grabbed the crowd by the fucking ballines, owned it, and fucked off.
Yeah.
Like that's like they know what to do. And then like people like look at them, you know, oh, cut my life in 2 pieces. Like that, you know, like yeah, that's a great song, but
yeah, that's actually like it's like borderline insulting, but if you just know them for that.
I went to go see Papa Roach with 2 other friends at the Gramercy Theater quite some years ago. We're having a great time. I looked at one of my friends and said, I am getting a pick tonight from Jerry Horton. I'm getting a pick. And they're like, you know, looking at me like, you know, okay. Yeah, I guess you are. Sure. Drank.
Yeah, but they probably didn't, it was probably crowded in here. You're like, I'm getting a dick tonight. Like, yeah.
And they didn't think twice. They were like, yeah, he was getting a dick tonight. So last song, I did the old, you know, to fucking put your foot
Give me a
holster.
boost. I got a plan. Give me a boost.
Cut my life in 2 pieces. But right, so the place is going down. So it's like to the middle to the last part of the song. I get a boost, and I'm fucking going. And I'm going like what? It's only like 4 feet in real life, you know. Like I'm going here, I'm going there, and all of a sudden I get to the stage, and he fucking Jacoby grabs me and puts the mic, and I'm like, "This is my last resort," right? So there was no, if there wasn't that much room of barricade. Like, you know, people go over the barricade, they fall and they walk, right? I tumble on stage and I said, don't abort the mission. Don't abort the mission. I could have like kind of sang with him, like my arm around him, and I rolled, got up, made a beeline for Jerry Horton. He's like playing, he's like, da-da-da.
Now you're behind the barricade at this point?
Like I don't even think there was a barricade. I think it was just stage.
As a matter of fact, I wasn't even at a fucking show.
I'm just making this all up right now. I make a fucking beeline, okay? I run, and he fucking does the old this shimmy with the guitar. I bypass him. I don't want to fucking take you out. Grab a pick off his fucking amplifier.
Oh my God.
And I walk off stage. I fucking told the universe I was getting a pick, and I got a pick.
You spoke it into existence.
And they said I wanted a dick. I said a pick. and then when I got off, they were like, "Hey, nice dick pic." Hey, Rock.
Yo.
Explain to me what a MetLife massacre is.
Oh my God. Oh.
What's if you had to describe a
if I could just
massacre,
sum it up in a couple of words.
Yeah.
I would say the New York Football Giants.
Yep.
Played the Dallas Cowboys.
Correct.
Opening weekend of football.
Yep.
They got their fucking asses handed to them. They got the absolute shit kicked out of them and shut out. Fucking. I had such high hopes for the Giants this year, and listen, they're in probably the top 2 toughest divisions.
Yeah,
play in the AFC East whole division this year, and that's probably the toughest division. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a tough year, but the Giants, last year, they just showed the fight they had and willingness to always battle back, even if they were perceived to be out of games.
Yeah.
Well, not yesterday. 40-0.
I'm putting the kids to bed, and it was an 8:20 start.
Is that code for something?
I'm putting the kids to bed, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking let me just get them down. Let me get them down. I'll get right down. I have it on. It's on downstairs. Let me just check my phone real quick. And I waited till it might have been the end of the first quarter, Well, no, wait. I think it was like 13-0. All I know, like shortly, like first quarter, 26-0.
Yep.
26-0. I was like, 26-0.
That escalated quickly.
So we put the kids to bed. I come down. She's like, "Are you gonna watch the Giants?" And I'm like, "Let me check the score." I'm like, "No, I don't think we're gonna watch the Giants tonight. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't think it's time. We're not ready yet to watch the Giants."
Oh my God, dude. The Giants offensive line, which I would consider a strength they had last year, dude, Daniel Jones was running for his fucking life every play.
Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
He wound up horizontal after each play. Fucking dude, running for his life, and he was getting destroyed. They have an edge rusher on the Cowboys, probably definitely the best one. Like Micah Parsons was. This guy's like remind me of like LT back in the day. Listen, nobody's LT, but just saying.
Maybe he's more like a BLT.
Ooh, got him, dude. He was in on every fucking play, and oh my God, the fumbles, the fucking missed field goal, the blocked field goal, dude, disaster. You could not script a fucking worse disaster. 40-0. 40-0.
It sounds like, and I'm making shit out of my ass, making up shit. It sounds like
you make shit out of your ass.
It sounds like the Super Bowl winning New England Patriots were playing Alabama Tech.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like it's like that type of shit. All right. Well, who in real life do the Giants have week 2?
Good question.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Yes. Okay.
And they're away. What do you think is going to happen there?
They need to win that fucking game. It's a tough game on the road, but they need to win. So put it this way: the yesterday the game, the line, the under over was 45. Could you fucking imagine if you bet the game, right? And you bet the over 45 or over.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
And someone says, okay, well, look, here's the good news. Cowboys are going to score 40 points. Oh, God, that's in the fucking bag.
Giants
suck. Oh, my God. It was so bad. It was, and it's like a primetime game, 8:30 fucking game on a Sunday night.
8:20 opening day of Sunday night football. 8:20. That's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, and I got news for you, too. I'm going to call the Giants fans out because I am one, so I can do it. I've had a couple of friends that went there. They said that the stadium was like 40% fucking Cowboys fans.
Oh my God.
How do we let that happen? How do we let that happen? But listen, congrats to the Cowboys. They as much as it pains me,
yeah.
They are my least favorite team in the NFL.
I know.
But they fucking they brought it. Dude, they made the Giants look like amateurs.
Real that bad. It was that bad.
40-0. There's really like, you can say, well, at least we did this, and here's the bright spot. No, there was nothing. There was nothing.
Well, they
here's the bright spot. They fucking they all made it out of the game alive.
Oh.
Unbelievable. And as we are recording this particular episode, Aaron Rodgers played 3 minutes for the Jets in their home opener, their opening Monday night game, and got carted off the field with an ankle injury. And they said his return to the game is doubtful. Yikes.
He needs ayahuasca.
Oh my God. I wonder if the Jets get their fucking money back. Hey, listen. Dude, that's
how. Listen. Be honest. How fucking dope was that Method Man Jets hype reel?
That was good.
I fucking almost went out and bought a Jets jersey.
Don't ever fucking say that again.
I love Method Man's in my top five. So that's why. I saw that fucking just times now. I was just like, oh,
that was good, dude.
It was a great promo. I didn't even know he was a Jets fan. Did you know he was a Jets fan?
No, did not.
Yeah. I know he's from the island of Staten.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know he was a Jets fan. But you guys, I'll put a link. Check out the I'm calling it a hype reel for the Jets. Method Man narrates it, and he's also in it, and it's just it's fire. It's fucking awesome. I love it. All right. Well,
did you like it though?
Good luck to our Giants, and hopefully Aaron Rodgers is not hurt, and fucking Fireman Ed doesn't blow a gasket, because we're gonna have him on halfway through the year. We're gonna get him on again. We're gonna see where we are. Wouldn't it be fun to fucking interview him at a Jets tailgate?
Ooh. Think you're onto something.
Ooh.
Think you're onto something.
Nikes.
Look at you. You have like 2.4 good ideas a year. I think you just got one.
That's the 0.4 right there.
Yeah. Well, folks, Archie got a tampon stuck in a weird spot, so we're going to fly without him because this Saturday, September 16th, UFC Fight Night, we brought back our favorite handicapper to tell us all the picks that are going to win you some cash. Nick the Brick. What's up, pal?
What's up, Rock? What's going on?
What are you doing? Archie's going to be back. Yeah, he had a weird accident with a lampshade, a pepper, and a cocktail fork, but
yeah, I hate when that happens.
We'll get it on without him. So we're here for fucking Brick's picks. You heard it here. What do we got? Let's start it off.
Yeah, well, I updated my technology since last time. I'm not on my cell phone. I'm actually using my girl's laptop. So
look at that.
Yeah. Hopefully I won't
advanced Brick's picks.
Hopefully I won't discover any wiener picks on here. Problems.
And if you do, just don't print them out and keep them in a folder like you keep your other ones.
It's not your damn business, all right?
So what do we got? This Saturday, UFC Fight Night. Start off with the prelims. Tell us, just give me the fights that you like, that the folks out there are going to win some coin on.
Yeah, there is 7 fights that I absolutely love in this card. I've been looking forward to this card for over a month now, since it's been put together, month and a half actually, maybe even. And for the most part, the card stayed together, so very happy about that. Hopefully, no other fighters fall out from here on in. But yeah, from top to bottom, I really, really like these fights. Some of them are big favorites, but money's money, and it is what it is. You get into parlays to get value. But we'll start it off with the first fight, Josephine Netson. What's her name?
Nutson.
Yeah, she just fought in the Contender Series. Dana White didn't give her the contract. I thought she looked great on it. I was shocked when he didn't give her the contract. The girl she beat was a good kickboxer like herself. She's a champion kickboxer, and I thought it was a good fight. I just totally disagree with Dana on that one. Luckily, there were some fallouts from that fight. There was some rearranging, and she got her opportunity a few weeks later here on the 16th. And I love that because I'm betting her, and she's a big favorite, and that's for a reason because I think she's really good. She should have got that contract to begin with. She's like -6 something right now. She started off like -4 something. Now she's up to
UFC website has her at -575 favorite.
-575. Okay, yeah, some sites are different than others. That's about right. And the girl she's fighting, she also was on the Contender Series. Um, More of a grappler, but I think that the Josephine is just going to be more well-rounded, and especially with that striking. I think she wins a decision, or even could get a knockout in this fight.
Cool. What do we got next?
Next, we have second fight. Which one? See, all the orders are different on here on different sites. Who do you have as a second fight?
Alex Reyes versus Charlie Campbell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Charlie Campbell's local guy fights on the East Coast, Cage Fury. Saw him fight live a bunch of times. He fought in the Contender Series, was winning that fight, rocked the guy, and then it was like an insane comeback win for the other guy. He actually wound up knocking him out. But I'm glad he's finally getting his opportunity. This kid's a finisher. I like Charlie Campbell in that one. The guy he's fighting, Alex Reyes, hasn't fought in 6 years. I mean, I don't know what he's been doing in that time, but
Sounds like you.
yeah, right. He's longer than that. The only difference is when I do fight again, eventually I'm going to win my comeback fight. Unfortunately for Reyes, I do not think he's going to win that one. I think Campbell wins that fight, and I think he wins it in either round 1 or 2 by stoppage.
Another big, a big favorite, -440.
Yes.
Charlie Campbell.
Yep.
Moving right along. Let's see what other fights we got here.
We got Tracy Cortez is next. That fight, the Tracy Cortez versus Jasmine Josephidius.
Yes.
I love that those fights are all back to back to back too, because it's
Good for a possible reparlay if you need to.
that exactly. At first you don't succeed, dust yourself off, try again, right?
If first you don't succeed, destroy any evidence that you tried.
Yeah, that too. Honestly though, like I said, I think I could go 7-0 on this card. I really do. I think it could be one of those cards where I just pick a perfect slate. That's how good I feel about this card. That's how strong I feel about it.
Now, this fight is on paper super close in the women's flyweight division. 14 Tracy Cortez and 15 Jasmine. So, tell us why you feel so strongly about Tracy Cortez in this fight.
Yeah, it was like a pick 'em. Now Tracy's starting to pull ahead a little bit as a slight favorite. I think there's recency bias on Jasmine's side. Why the line's so close is because she just beat Miranda Maverick, and people thought that she was going to lose that fight. She was underdog in that fight, and she wound up pulling it off. Tracy Cortez, though, I just see her being the better wrestler. I think she will get Jasmine to the ground. I think she will get her to the ground often. I think she'll mix it up, and I think that she wins a decision. I just think I love this line because it's so close. Because I just don't see Tracy losing this fight. She's well rounded. Most of her fights go to the distance, but she's a very good wrestler. She's a better wrestler than Miranda Maverick, who couldn't get Jasmine to the ground. And I just think that she had a good fight last fight, Jasmine, that made her look a little bit better than what she was.
Refresh my memory. Did Tracy Cortez, her last fight, did she have to pull out the day of or day before or something like that for like personal reasons? Or...
Yeah, she had I forget when it was, but she had to pull out of that fight with Amanda Hebos. And people are forgetting too, she actually has a win over Erin Blanchfield before the pre-UFC.
Yeah.
So she's been in there with some super tough girls, and I see Tracy by decision on this one.
All right.
Love the fight.
Moving along.
Who's the next one we have here?
Edgar Chairez, Daniel.
Right, Edgar Chairez and Daniel Da Silva Lacerda.
Lacerda.
Yeah, both of these guys are finishers. All their wins have come by finish, by knockout or submission. None of their fights that they win go the distance. Silva, the Silva Lacerda, he coming off 4 losses. And Chara just came off a decision loss to Taito Otara, that young, really, really good kid. And I just think that Chavez will win this one. I think he's the better fighter. I think Lacerda is not really shown that he has the durability. He gasses out, and Chavez is pretty well rounded. And I think that, and, in a 3-round fight, Chavez will either most likely get the stoppage because that's how these guys fight. Lacerda is going to come after him, and I think that Lacerda is going to most likely get finished in this one.
All right, moving up to the next fight that I know that you liked, Raul Rosas Jr. versus Terrence Mitchell. Rosas faced his first bit of adversity in his very young career last time out.
Yeah, this fight I feel like they're giving him as like a pick me up, as a get back in the win column, a very favorable fight for him. He's a big favorite and rightfully so, and it's keeping on rising too. I think he's like minus high 700s on
Yeah.
the sites. To get more value for this one, I would take him by finish. I don't want to bet Rivers, which I'm looking at right now. They have him by finish at minus 420. So you get a little more value in it. He can knock him out on the ground, TKO him on the ground, or he could submit him. So it's tough to say if you put your money one way by by knockout or by submission. You're taking a gamble there because he can win any way he wants.
All right, and he's only like 18 years old, right? Youngest UFC fighter on the roster.
Yeah, insane.
All right, your next pick.
We're going with matchup between Kevin Holland and Jack Maladrena. Did I say his name right?
Della Maddalena.
Yeah. I am so big on Kevin Holland at 170. He is just going to be a monster at this weight class. He's going to have a massive, massive reach advantage in this fight. He's got an 81-inch reach. He's like 6'2", 6'3". Madalena's only has like I think like a 74-inch reach or something like that, and he's only 5'11". Kevin Holland was a beast at 185. Now he's dropping down to 170, and I feel like you can't. If he just fought a smart fight against the Wonder Boy fight, he would have won that one because he was taking him down at will, whenever he wanted. But he wanted to be entertaining and make it a stand-up fight. I absolutely love Kevin Holland in this fight, and we're getting him at plus money. I have him at plus 125. Why that line is, I don't know. I really don't know. But
well, refresh your memory. Is this his first fight at welterweight?
No, he's at a bunch now.
Okay.
So he his first fight was Alex Oliveira a couple years ago. Then he stopped him. Then he stopped Tim Means, and then he had
Didn't he jump back up after that though?
the Chamzat fight that was at a catchweight because Chamzat missed weight.
Okay.
Heavier. And listen, he's only losing to the best guys in the division anyway. Like you're gonna have to be top 3 guys in the division to beat Kevin Holland.
He's got cardio for days too.
He's so long and lanky, and he's got submissions with those long arms. I just think that he is. I just don't think Jack Della Maddalena is not. He's just not at that level yet. Very good boxer, yes, and people are going to compare him to compare Kevin Holland to the Randy Brown fight because if you watch that, Jack caught him in that fight, but the way he came in, but if Randy Brown is nowhere near the level of Kevin Holland. Nowhere near that. So you can't compare the two. The only thing you can compare is the reach and the height. That's the only comparison between the two because Kevin Holland is so much better than him. So that's you can't use that as take that into consideration.
Who was Kevin Holland's fight the last time? He won last time out, right? And it seems like it was not too long ago.
Yeah, he had like basically a broken hand and he knocked out Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Yes.
And then he submitted Michael Chiesa. Stuffed all Chiesa's takedowns, and Chiesa's he's a pretty good wrestler. Stuffed all his takedowns and got the was it Darce choke he got or the Bravo choke? I forget, but he choked him.
I'll tell you what though, Kevin Holland really he fights frequently. He's got crazy cardio. He talks shit to you almost the whole time while he's fighting.
Yeah.
He really, I think, I think fans got familiar with him during like the pandemic, and like just continuously fighting. He fought. I forget. It was 2020 or 2021 when he fought like 5 times in 1 year, 4 times in 1 year, but kept up a crazy pace. So I think that he is, um, like you said, worthy of like a top 3 opponent. And it's interesting why they would put him as a slight underdog. I got a feeling that line is going to change before the fight.
Yeah, it very well could. Holland, Madalena's got to. How does he get in close to him? How does he close the distance? He's going to have to get in close. He's going to have to exchange with Holland. Holland hits crazy hard for the weight class. He's huge for the weight class. Huge, skinny, lanky. I just, you're giving me those odds on Kevin Holland. Regardless what the odds are, I think he wins this fight over him. Like, take odds away. I'll sometimes I don't even look at the odds. I'll just tell you who's going to win the fight without even looking at it. And then this one's just a treat. This one to me, this is a present because I'm getting him a plus money. That's my underdog of the night, hands down.
And in the main event for the women's flyweight championship, a rematch, Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. Grasso subbed her out the last time out in an upset to win the title. What do you think happens this time?
Yeah, I think last time, if you look at the fight, the numbers were all in Valentina's favor, strike wise and all that. I think the judges had her up 3-1 until she made that mistake with that spinning back kick, and I think it was a fluke. I think it was a perfect scenario for Alexa Grasso. She missed that kick and she immediately got around her neck. She left herself vulnerable for that 1 second.
Yep.
Props to Alexa. She made the most of it and got the win, got the rear naked choke. I think Valentina comes back. I think she makes the adjustments. I think that we're getting Valentina minus 170, minus 180. You go rewind back when they fought, she was like minus 1,000, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
So, you mean to tell me that one fight, which she was losing, Alexa, she got gifted that basically that submission win because of Valentina's one mistake she made, giving up her back with a spinning back kick, and she got the win. But I think Valentina, she makes the adjustments. She's been around for so long, and also going into that fight, word on the street was that Valentina actually had a knee injury going into that fight. So for her to be, if that is true, for her to be winning that fight 3-1 with a knee injury, what's going to happen when she goes into this fight fully healthy on Saturday? Um, she's still Valentina, and I find it hard to believe Alexa Grasso beats her twice in a row. She loses twice in a row. I just can't see it happening.
So the Brick thinks Valentina Shevchenko's getting her belt back Saturday night.
She's definitely getting her belt back. That's
Well,
all.
those are your 7 picks that you feel very strongly about, and you've been talking about this card to me for a while now. Anything else out there that you would just for fun chuck some cash at?
Yeah, I have some prop bets that I'm going to be taking a shot on too. And mind you too, since the last podcast, I've been keeping tallies in my record. 37-15 over my last 52 fights. So
Nice.
doing pretty good, and this weekend we're going to do even better. Got some prop bets for you guys to take a shot on. Again, I don't make the prop bet. Prop bet's always a little riskier, obviously. You take those 7 into overall picks, do with them what you want. You want to bet them outright. You want to mix them up with parlays, one big parlay, 2-leggers, 3-leggers, 4-leggers, whatever you choose. But I promise you that out of those 7 picks, we're going to do very, very, very well on those. But you want to take a shot on some prop bets, a little higher risk. I like Valentina. I like her by decision in that fight. I'm looking on Bet Rivers. We got her at plus 175. I like Tracy Cortez by decision plus 150. I like Charlie Campbell to win in rounds either 1 or 2, minus 200. So you cut that in half. He's really minus 400 overall. That's how I see him winning. Raul Roses, minus 420 to win by stoppage. And then I'm going to go with Kevin Holland to win by stoppage. That we get it at plus 255. So when I say stoppage, for you all you that don't know, it's they can either win by knockout or submission. So they have to win inside the distance. And
Wow.
that's
All
my
right.
I'm going with.
So
I think lots of value in those prop bets. That's how I see these fights going. Kevin Holland could win a decision in that one. That one's a little more of a gamble to me, but just based on the styles and the reach and the length, and I think Kevin, I could see Kevin clipping him with a big punch or catching that neck and getting the submission.
That's Brick's pick. So while I have you on here, right, this year has been a lot of upsets. Like we talked about the main event, that was an upset. Alexa Grasso upsetting Shevchenko. Dricus du Plessis upsetting Robert Whitaker, which I think was a pretty sizable upset. Sugar Sean O'Malley taking the title from Aljo. And most recently, what we saw Saturday night, I want to have your take on it. The new 185 champ, middleweight, Sean Strickland defeats Israel Adesanya. Talk to us about that fight, what you saw.
Yeah, what I saw is I couldn't believe my eyes. That makes you second guess everything about betting like that you ever have. It makes me even second guess this card. Nothing's a lock. I think that fight showed, right? In fighting,
Yeah.
there's always some sort of gamble, so nothing is a lock when it comes to fighting. When it comes to gambling, nothing's a lock. Izzy looked off. He definitely looked off. Something was up. I don't think it's came out yet, but you could just tell. And he even like whispered something to Dana White after the fight. I think at the post-fight press conference, I feel like he was like saying it without saying it. He didn't want to use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
He didn't really want to talk about it. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have whatever that guy's name was. He's gonna talk. He's gonna talk to you or something." He said like that.
Yeah, his trainer talked to him. He
Yeah. So
family.
I feel like it'll come out later. But I mean, listen, Sean Strickland, the best performance of his life. He did exactly what he had to do. He looked great in there. Dropped Izzy, first person that's been able to drop Israel Adesanya in the cage in the UFC. Um, and Izzy just looked off. He looked like he had no pop behind his punches. It looked like he was very tentative. He was scared to. It looks like he was scared to exchange with Strickland. I don't know if it's because he was hurt from that knockdown in the first round or not, but he definitely that's not the Izzy that we saw in previous fights for sure.
I think the knockdown definitely changed the complexion of the fight to a certain degree. Do you feel that it was more Izzy being off or Strickland actually shutting down Izzy's game plan? Because, like you said, Izzy didn't look like himself. You know what he's known for is that precision striking and his movement looked like he was just backing up. Like he didn't look like he could get his into a rhythm.
Yeah. A word on the street was that he had a neck injury. I don't know how true that is, but I did hear that through Rumorville for Izzy. But I think it's a combination of both. Izzy being off and Strickland having his best performance, having his A+ performance. That's exactly the game plan he needed to do to beat Izzy, besides going for takedowns. And what's crazy is he said after, like, all they did was work wrestling in his camp. He didn't go for one takedown, that maniac.
Yeah.
Like, Strickland's an absolute fucking maniac. Like you know what I mean? But hey, listen, you got to make it. That's what makes the best fighters so great is you make mid-fight adjustments. You could work all that in training, but guess what? If the striking's working for you, you know, why are you going to get away from that? Right? And then potentially maybe tire yourself out going for takedowns where your striking's not as effective. You know, obviously it paid off for him, right? That gamble paid off for him by not going for takedowns.
And it's always like, so he was like a plus 600, 700 around this underdog, Sean Strickland.
Yeah, insane.
So after you watch the fight, like hindsight's always 2020. You're like, why didn't I just put a couple bucks on him? Like, just take a shot. He was such a big underdog. And the fact of the matter is, because before the fight, you didn't believe he could beat him, and especially like he did.
Yeah, I honestly, I never thought in my mind to bet money on Strickland. Like it just didn't make sense to me, honestly. And I even had a parlay where I bet I bet Chepe Mariscal, who I absolutely loved, who
Mhm.
was the underdog plus 180 underdog, and I'm upset that I didn't hammer that even harder. And then I parlayed him and Izzy. So they're offering me a cash out offer of like, what was it, like 1,200 and change. And for the Izzy fight, if I let it ride, I could win $300 more, or I could cash out
Mhm.
and win the 1,200. I'm like, no, Izzy's got it. It's like for 300, I'm just pissing away $300. There's no way he's gonna lose that fight. Let him win this fight, and I get an extra $300. And you saw what happened there. Always take the cash out offer.
Listen, hindsight's 2020, but we got the official Bricks picks. Listen, good luck to everybody out there using these magnificent 7 that you have and your prop bets. Thank you for coming on again and giving us your picks. And we'll chat again after these fights.
Absolutely, Rock. Thanks for having me. I'm telling you guys right now, bet this card.
You heard it here first. Nick the Brick.
Thank me later. Cash out.
All right, pal. Take care. If you just heard me talking to Nick the Brick for Bricks Picks, and you know Archie's a prick, then you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast. Arch, good luck with that tampon you got caught. Wherever you got it caught. Football season has officially kicked off, which means it's also tailgate season too. If you want to hear two guys talk about pigskins and potato skins, I gotta do it over, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, no, I don't. If you're doing it, I don't doubt it's going to be good.
I gotta go.
You got to go to the bathroom? When's the last time you took like a solid shit?